Hello, my name is Mark. This is for FTT 101 Week 1 assignment. And the first part was about finding an accident or injury or whatever at a gun shop. The accident was in the New York Times and other newspapers and stuff. It was about a South Carolina gun shop owner who was going to play a prank on one of his coworkers. They had a good relationship. He had put a BB gun that looked like a Glock in with other guns and was going to play a prank on him. Ended up shooting his coworker and killing him. Now, things that could have prevented this was one, don't put a BB gun in with other guns. BB guns separate from firearms that use higher calibers, and it can cause that. Two, you never point a gun, whether it's loaded or unloaded, at anybody, not even as a prank. You always keep your firearm pointed in a safe direction and only point it at items that you intend to destroy. Never point it at anybody or anything unless you're really ready to eliminate its life for protection or for hunting. That's really it on that. He never checked to make sure that the gun was clear. He didn't double check to make sure that it was the BB gun, but that's beside the point. All of the firearm safety precautions that you should take while operating guns were never ever put into play in that scenario. Again, I saw that in the New York Times. It was about a South Carolina gun shop owner who accidentally deadly injured his worker, friend, whatever you want to call him. We definitely need to make sure that we keep BB guns, firearms separate from each other. And again, make sure that the firearm is unloaded, is clear, and never pointing it at anybody or anything. And always keeping your finger off the trigger. Now, part two for this was to interview a gunsmith, and I went and did that. Personally, it was a little awkward for me. I was a little nervous, uneasy, kind of felt out of place. Not big on doing interviews. In that, I asked the key questions that were in the assignment to ask. And I really couldn't get much out of this gunsmith. His name is Dan. He works at a local gun shop here in Wyoming where I live. And he's a good guy. His family owned a farm. He was around guns his whole life. Likes them, enjoyed them. He got married. His wife bought him some reloading equipment, and he got started that way with reloading, and it just went from there. Some of the key points that he was able to point out on the other questions as far as good habits, good skills, his main thing that he touched on was customer service. And that, to me, that says a lot. If a gunsmith is willing to take the time and be respectful of the customer, then that shows that he cares about his job. That shows that he wants to do the best job to his ability. He doesn't do anything with lathes or anything like that. It's just a lot of trigger work, mounting scopes, spring work, just your basic minor gunsmithing stuff that he does at the shop that he works at. I moved here to Wyoming, got a divorce from his wife. After they moved to Colorado, and that's where he took on a trade school in gunsmithing Then they got a divorce. He moved up here with his brother, who worked at a mine, and that's how he got started in this gun shop that he's in. He's been there for quite some time. I know the family that owns it. They're a great family. They're a great business. And the other thing is the hardest part that he said about his job is getting a customer to explain what's going on with the firearm as far as what needs to be fixed. He said that he has a lot of people come in. Yeah, the ejection is not working, and it's not the ejection; it's actually the extraction that he has found out. And so those were just the things that he touched on about the what what should I adapt as far as being a gunsmith. Again, he touched on customer service. Customer service was one thing that he hit home about. He preaches it, he does it. He also preached on the fact that always know what gun you're working on. Keep everything that you're working on separate so that you don't mix up parts with another one. Work on one at a time. Make sure you keep the screws that are with it, or you got the proper screws to replace them with. Another thing that he said was hard was just getting the parts, ordering the parts, finding the parts that you need. He said he does have sometimes in some of the parts that he has, they're hard to find. Well, that's all I've got for now. Time is almost up. Again, this is Mark, FTT 101.